comfortably.
We know.
Oh!
What is it?
What a front kick knockout for Ankalaev!
Knockout that was!
Wow!
He kicked his chin into orbit.
He was the MMA Sportsman of the Year here in Russia. He is one of the most celebrated prospects in the light heavyweight division in this region, but a momentary lapse in London back in March saw him tap with a second to go, leaving all of us flabbergasted.
But for tonight, I want to see his keys. I want to see that left kick from southpaw. We saw him hurt Paul Craig with that several times, and use those explosive punch combinations when he is in the clinch, especially against a guy who has got a Kyokushin karate background. Go to the head with that. And when he's on top, he's got some of the best ground and pound I've seen in this division so far. He's just got to keep it together the whole fight.
Using good feints as well as Ankalaev. He's not using too many of them.
There's that kick.
Lovely. Nice work. And I've seen Ankalaev knock guys out from both stances as well. Oh, that's a huge shot. As Brennan comes in, what a combination there by Ankalaev. And that is it. Knockouts for Magomed Ankalaev.
Slip counter followed by a head kick. What a beautiful finish.
And that is what that man is capable of doing every time he steps into the octagon, right there.
So patient, took his time, marched his opponent down. Beautiful work.
Well, it's a good welcome for Magomed Ankalaev, who came into the UFC as a real hot prospect. He had a bit of a trip up in his debut, but since then, he has looked great, particularly that knockout against Marcin Prachnio down, and then went on to get a nice decision against Klidson Abreu, who we're going to see later tonight.
The difference between these two guys is that Ankalaev is a far more disciplined and technical striker. He fights at a comfortable pace that he manages very well, whereas obviously across the octagon from him, he's got someone that's an incredibly powerful but somewhat reckless striker. But when he starts to cover distance, when he starts to throw those power shots, that's when Ankalaev needs to be at his most present and thinking sharpest with his striking, because there's opportunities to land counter strikes in there. It's just a case of him. Oh, that was a nice shot to the midsection from Ankalaev. Yeah.
Ankalaev keeping distance.
Good footwork by Ankalaev, drifts out the way comfortably.
We know.
Oh!
What is it?
What a front kick knockout for Ankalaev!
Knockout that was!
Wow!
He kicked his chin into orbit.
Wow!
I did not see that coming.
What a shot! That was incredible. Perfectly timed, straight through the guard. Caught Lungiambula leaning heavy on his lead leg.
Not sure the word dark horse is appropriate anymore, because this is a bona fide light heavyweight contender. He's got the number 11 next to his name to prove it. 13-1, Magomed Ankalaev.
Just another one of those guys, man, coming from that region and already really introduced himself to the division. I asked Magomed Ankalaev, because anytime you identify a guy as maybe the next guy, you notice that they're looking at the top. I asked him, I said, hey, does it bother you that Jones is now out of the division, the long-reigning champion? He said, no, I chase the belt, I don't chase the person.
Less than a minute now to go in round one.
But I mean, that's Ion Cutelaba trying to step inside to throw that spinning back fist. But by stepping inside, you get right in the line of sight for that piston-like left hand of Ankalaev.
Oh! Magomed Ankalaev trying to get Cutelaba out of there. Unconscious. Ankalaev with style points tonight.
No question anymore, John Anik. There is no question anymore as to who's the better fighter between Magomed Ankalaev and Ion Cutelaba. What a performance and an exclamation point put on the rivalry between these two.
And there's always pressure, but most suggested there was more of it on Ankalaev, putting that ranking on the line, and he closes this chapter of his career emphatically.